holiness and light of God. Perfection of all that is creation. The willingness to accept the holiness that you are, that you truly are as existence, is to accept purity, to accept innocence, to accept peace as a natural state. Peace is living in purity and as purity, pure without anything to discolor, change, make different. The world has made thousands, millions of different elements to prove separation. Humanity has made story after story after story after story, all linked together, and yet really having no meaning, because none of these stories are real. And in the great leap of faith, the great leap of trust, it is the relinquishment of the story from the past that colors and holds the future hostage, that is being called to be surrendered. Let go, disown, turn away from an identity that has no meaning. To declare that the identity that you made has no meaning, and to accept it in your heart, is to be in the trust of the holiness of God, the holiness of existence. To accept that only purity is true. Accepting the innocence where there is no right or wrong, no good and bad, no more and less, no light and dark, but only love, only harmony, only peace. And the willingness to set humanity free. Free from the misperception of separation. Come home to the truth of love. Come home to where you've always existed. The only thing that has caused you to believe that you were not home was meaningless identities that projected themselves onto a world and said, oh look, everything is different. Everything is separate. Everything has different levels and values and qualities. And yet love is everything, without limits, without degrees, without levels, all perfectly one. In this moment, in the day by day, step by step, yes of love, the willingness to surrender this day, simply, completely, easily, this day, given to God. All that you thought you knew about it, all that you thought you experienced, all that you thought was happening, given to love, held in the blessings of harmony and peace, and all separate, individualized beliefs put on the altar. And as you put these old, erroneous thoughts on the altar, you step back and leave them there with God. The willingness to open the heart and let the heart radiate its pure love. That is what you are. The purity, the holiness, the light, the harmony, the peace. And the willingness to breathe, to open to divine breath and find the rhythm of love, the rhythm of love of the universe, the willingness to embrace the true vibration of love, the willingness to be that vibration, the willingness to accept the union of love is all that exists, the union of everything, everyone, every molecule, everything that has arrived in the form of an insect, everything that has arrived in the form of minerals, everything that has arrived and formed into the belief that something is separate, all beings, brought back, returned to love and to life by your choice. The power of love, the surrender of the mind and the heart, the willingness to melt, to breathe deeply and fully and offer your heart into the hands of God, where it truly belongs. The heart cannot create separately. There is no creation in separation. There is only making up a house of cards again and again and again that mean nothing, filled with shadows, filled with doubt, filled with suspicions, filled with the belief of scarcity, But now, to create is to join and offer the heart to God, letting the heart and its divine creation radiate and encompass all life. Breathing with purpose, with choice, with life, with love. Breathing. And affirming that here in the infinite circle of love we are one. Infinite, endless, complete, all-encompassing circle of love. Do you see something else? Do you believe in something else? Do you experience something else? It means nothing. The infinite circle of love is all that there is. Take your place. Return home to the infinite circle of love, where nothing can be proven, nothing can be won, nothing can be lost, nothing can be betrayed, because nothing is happening, just the ever-flowing light of love. Are you willing to accept divine creation? This sanctuary is filled with love because love is all that exists. This universe is all love because there is nothing else. There is only one presence here. It is the life force of God. You have not known this life force of God with your mind and your beliefs of what you thought you knew. But as the heart opens and releases itself into the divine oneness and returns, creation is recognized. Creation is love. Creation is God. Joining in the divine creation, the heart sings. The heart dances. The heart lives. Breathing. Allow this prayer to permeate the resistance of the heart, the resistance that's been made by the mind. Let the heart be freed and recognize only love is real. All I am, all I am, all I am is given to me. My mother gives to me, my father gives to me. All I am set free. I can forgive, I am forgiven. My mother gives to me, my Father gives to me. I'm here to receive, here to be forgiven. I will receive. I am forgiven. All I am, all I am, all I am is given to me, here to receive. All I am, here to be given. All I am. I'm here to receive. I'm here to receive the truth. I'm here to accept that love is all that exists. I'm here to accept that all that I am was creation. Nothing has been self-made. Nothing has been manufactured out of the past. Nothing has been developed in the identity of the story of progress. All I am was given to me, and creation. I accept the creation as the divine light of all love. And accept in creation all equality. All equality. No less, no more. No one that has progressed more or less. Nothing that diminishes, limits, changes, exists. All love is given equally, created equally in divine union. The acceptance of this divine union is essential to remember. I must love. I must love with all of my heart, simply, completely. Oh, my Blessed Mother, you are the one who calls to me to remember to love the creation of God with all of my heart. Oh, my Blessed Mother, Divine Mother, you hold us in the truth of true forgiveness, where all illusions fall away. We are here to remember to love fully, equally, ultimately, infinitely. Divine light of love, creator of love, we say yes to the true forgiveness of love, the true forgiveness where everything is washed away that was made up. The willingness to remember to love completely with all of the heart. Derramar no coração, a Virgem Mãe foi que me deu para eu amar ao Senhor Deus. Ó Virgem Mãe, Divina Mãe, vos nos perdoe os filhos seus, para nos amar ao Senhor Deus. Ó Virgem Mãe, Divina Mãe, Vos nos perdoe nos pecadores, para nos amar con grande amor. In every moment of every day, every moment of every day, the heart can sing, I must love. As the day and the belief of time unfolds, what would there be except the divine communion of love if you held in your heart, I must love. I must love, and it is the Blessed Mother who has called me to love with all of my heart. A renewal in every moment, a devotion in every moment, and then every thought that would try to show up out of habit would be relegated to a box where things that don't exist live. The willingness to affirm constantly, I must love with all of my heart. I'm here to love. Show me the way. I don't know the way. Show me the way. Where would the arrogance be of the ego that thought it knew something when the heart of love was calling, when there was a devotion within the heart that continued affirming in every moment, I must love. I must be freed from all of these erroneous thoughts that I've carried from the past. I want to be freed. I want to surrender everything that I've made up. I must love. I must sing with the heart. I must offer blessings in every moment because it is who I am. I must love because it is all that exists. I say yes to this love, to this truth, to this light. I hope you won't sue this old man. I have nothing to say, for God has taken his sharp knife and completely hollowed me. Yet a mysterious wind comes by and moves the invisible. I enter your soul. Your beauty, dear pilgrim, startles me, causes my spirit's foot to slip against one of the lute strings on your heart. Then Hafiz just translates the cries of your love as if they were my own words. And I hope you won't sue this drunk old man for that. I have nothing to say, for God has taken his sharp knife and completely hollowed me. It is the recognition that this is the journey, to be hollowed out, to relinquish all that has been made in the name of separation, greed, scarcity, lack, and loss. Everything that the mind has made says limitation. But beyond that old erroneous perception is the divine spirit of love that is waiting to be recognized. And the only thing that stands in the way is a concept of a self. It's a beautiful, glorious day, a beautiful, glorious moment that recognizes, I'm so tired of what I've made up. I'm so over it. I'm so uninterested in what I think I know. I'm so bored with the repetitious of habits that say I think I know something. I just want to remember love and be whole. So that the spirit of love has a home, a temporary home that can walk and bless, offer love. That the divine spirit can be recognized. And embraced as all that exists. A mysterious wind comes by and moves the invisible. Are you available? Are you available for the mysterious wind to be recognized, to see how this mysterious wind moves the invisible? Are you available? You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve the master of what you think you know, an identity, and serve the truth of love. So one must be let go like a child that has his hand caught in a cookie jar and doesn't want to let go of the cookie, but can't get his hand out holding on to the cookie. A choice has to be made of letting go. Is it a leap of faith? Yes, it is. But what else do you think you're here for? To make a better story? To improve the story with A pluses and a lot of commentary? Or the willingness to be hollowed out? I enter your soul. How is that possible? I enter your soul. The mind would like to say, oh, that's magic, or that's for others that are advanced. Not so. The entering of the soul of each one is the coming home. The recognition that there is no other. The melding together of love, where all the identity truly is let go. And the divine spirit, the soul, returns in the oneness. But the preparation for that is the relinquishment of how you see yourself and how you see others. What does that mean? How do you see yourself? Have you stopped to ask, how do you see yourself? To truly look into the reflection of what you've made. How do you see yourself? Positive, negative, both the same. Made up. Desirable, undesirable, made up. Grandiose, debased, made up. All of them equally unreal. Why spend time trying to hone an identity of improvement, when you are perfect and the complete creation of God. To accept the perfection is to relinquish how you see yourself and let the vision of love be revealed to you. There is a misunderstanding within the spiritual journey that you're figuring something out, that there is something to come up with as far as conclusions and ideas and realizations even that are really being self-made, rather than letting the vision of love reveal to you the way, the light. But for that, it's to let go of how do you see yourself. But first, to shine the light on what you've made up. How have you seen yourself? All of these illusions of how you see yourself, including all the work of the idea that one day you see yourself as negative and the next day you see yourself as positive. And neither one of them has any truth. How can the holiness of God be diminished into a concept? To accept that you are the holiness of God. I am very holy and I give my mind to God every day. I am very holy and I give my mind to God. I walk with God in perfect holiness because I am the holiness of God. So how do I see myself? Do I have another idea? Or do I just accept I am very holy? And what is this holiness? Wholeness, purity, the light of God, perfection. Can you accept this holiness and turn away from all concepts that have been made? How do you see yourself? The questioning. Do you see yourself as imposed on? And has that been a tradition in your life? To be honest and to bring it all to the light is then to surrender everything into the hands of God and accept your holiness, the light that you are. Do you see yourself as depressed, as failing? And maybe you think that all of the elements of how you see yourself are only quote-unquote bad if they're in the negative column, but they're all the same. I see myself as failing, endangered, victorious. I see myself as exceptional. I see myself as efficient, needed. I see myself as smarter. I see myself as dumber. All the same. None of them mean anything. But all of this must be brought to the light, because everything that's being run has been made up. Do you see yourself as losing out, as charitable, as on top of things, victorious or virtuous? All of them made up. And how do you see others? Just a reflection. Everything that you have believed about yourself on both sides of the coin have been given to everyone else too, to make a world that says separation. And yet none of it is true. You are the light of God. You are the holiness of God. Can you just contemplate, accept, receive the divinity, the perfection, and rest there? Rest. Will the ego go crazy? Probably. The ego doesn't like stillness. It's a threat. The ego's need for its own insanity wants a battle, wants a problem. Resting. There is no problem. You are the holiness of God. All of these ideas of how you see yourself, they all show up, all in various situations, throughout various elements of your own personality, all different parts of yourself, in your what you might consider your personality, all of it made up, aspects, layers, levels, all made up. And now is the time for surrender. The surrender into love. The dropping away of these erroneous games that the ego has played. The willingness to recognize that it's all been a game. The game of believing in separation that does not exist. I'm very holy. I give my mind to God. And love lights the way. Trying to self-inflate or use self-loathing, all the same. How do you see yourself? In what moment of what day are you willing to accept that you are holy and that you must love? Because it's all that exists. Where do the stories go when they're no longer fed, when they're no longer admired? They disappear, and love reveals itself in the stillness, in the yes of the heart. You've surrounded yourself with the projected environment that you want. This has to be accepted. It cannot be understood. That you have surrounded yourself with the projected environment you wanted. How can you heal except from within? The surrender of the mind. The willingness to accept that you are the holiness of God. And let that be revealed to you. Not as if you know what holiness is, but the willingness to be taken into the truth of holiness. To open the heart. And the more that you offer love, moment to moment, offering peace, offering harmony, blessings. What is a blessing? A blessing of wanting and accepting that each beloved is the holiness of God. That you are not willing to see anything else or to experience anything else anymore. No stories, no building a character out of what your concepts are, but accepting each beloved, each element of life, each creation is the holiness of God in divine equality. The mind would like to distinguish between those who have earned your approval and those who have not. Not recognizing that this is the cause of pain. Because love is rejected in that premise. Forgiving yourself, moment to moment, and offering love. And no longer willing to see yourself except through the holiness of love. I am the light of God. I am the holiness of God. I accept. And I surrender every way that I have seen myself. Some are more obvious. I've seen myself as betrayed. I've seen myself as put upon. I've seen myself as in danger. I've seen myself as winning. I've seen myself as grandiose. I've seen myself as failing, endangered, victorious, all of them made up. At first, in the relinquishment of these false identities, the ego screams, you will be bored. Life will be boring because you won't have highs and lows, because you won't have achievement to chase after, because you won't have the goal of getting to the top of the hill first. You won't have needs to fulfill anymore because you will accept your holiness. And the ego will convince you that this is a boring place. But the truth is, love is not boring. Peace is not boring. Harmony is not boring. And joy is not boring. But that is a place of trust. To trust that it isn't boring. And that you can truly let go and come home to the holiness. Rest in the holiness that you truly are. I am very holy. I give my mind to God. I rest in the recognition that there is nothing needed. Everything is here. Not knowing it, not even experiencing it, but accepting. Everything is here. I accept. I surrender. And I accept. The acceptance that love does not see or have any awareness of illusion. There is no battle except the ego battling with the ego. Love does not recognize illusion. So when your mind is occupied with differences, you can be guaranteed that it is the ego wrestling with itself on the other side. Nothing to improve, nothing to get. Love is all that there is, and the willingness to open to that purity of love. I have nothing to say, for God has taken his sharp knife and completely hollowed me. This is not a cry of distress. This is a declaration of happiness. God has hollowed me, has emptied the space of all erroneous beliefs, because I chose to accept the holiness that is true. I enter your soul. Your beauty, dear pilgrim, startles me, causes my spirit's foot to slip. Are you dazzled by the beauty of every beloved? Or do you want every beloved to be diminished, to come into an equalness with your belief of your own diminishment, minimizing the quality and the truth? The ego has all kinds of tricks. Yes, I see that light over there. It is quite lovely. I want it to be small so that I can contain it, rather than burst through the wall of the heart in all of its rapturous beauty. Every moment is the opportunity of rapturous beauty. Let the heart burst. Let the heart explode. Don't worry about the aftershock. How will you live after you've burst open? Just let it burst. And trust that you can expand into the entire universe, and don't try to minimize it. Don't try to put a limitation of your mind of what you want to control as little things of likes and dislikes. And yet, accepting everything in divine equality. Not having to maximize anything, but just letting the heart burst open. Letting everything be its divine creation. You want to protect the image of yourself that you have made. That is one of the essential elements of the ego's work. To protect and defend what you've made. The image of yourself. So if someone says to you, you're lousy in how you do things, would you defend yourself? Would you feel the need to defend yourself and prove that they were wrong, as if it meant something about you, as if their opinion had meaning, as if any of that dream meant anything? Or would you let the heart burst in the true compassion of recognition that this meant nothing, that there is nothing to defend, that you're not going to make a list of how well you do things to prove your worth, to prove that they're wrong, that there is nothing to protect of your image, that there is nothing to protect, and to use every moment as the opportunity of letting this image go in all of its distortion, in all of its made-up facets of good and bad and right and wrong. And that is where all the pain has been, in this made-up image I am very holy, and I give my mind to God. To be stripped clean of all perceptions of limitation and separation, and to open to the power of love that can transform everything that is surrendered. Everything. That there is a power of love of the universe that you haven't recognized yet, and yet is completely all that there is. And the willingness to accept that power of love's healing and to give yourself to that power of love for healing. To enter the divine hospital and let yourself be cleansed, be bathed, and let everything be stripped away, and let yourself be hollowed out of all that has been made that has caused suffering and pain in the belief of separation, which was never true. Never true. I am in the mind of God. I am the holiness of God. Give yourself to the truth of God and be willing to let everything that's been made up just fall away. Can awakening happen in this moment? Yes, of course. What stops the awakening? Only the resistance of wanting to hold on to a self-identity. The fear of losing identity. The fear of being without. But these are all nightmares that have been made up. These are all nightmares that have been made up that take up all the time of your sleep time. And the daytime too. To step out of the belief that the nightmare has reality. And to no longer be willing to be in reaction. Coming through the reaction, coming through the idea that you know. And that there is something to react to. But truly willing to open the heart and offer love. I see myself as limited. I see myself as different. I see myself as special. I see myself as knowing. I see myself as controlled. I see myself as victorious. I see myself as limited and lacking. All made up. All having no truth. It has no more truth than if you were making identities out of Play-Doh and believing that the Play-Doh that you're working with means something and that you're really making something that has value instead of, I made up an image. I made up a concept of self, and now in this lifetime is the opportunity of healing, of truly healing. The willingness to accept your holiness. All I am is given to me. My mother gives to me. My father gives to me. All I am set free. I'm hollowed out and returned to love. All I am is given to me. I have nothing except the holiness that I am. I'm free. Free in the forgiveness of all aspects of the self. Yes, the ego screams, oh my God, what will I be? What will I do? What will I have? And in that reaction is the opportunity of recognizing how tired you truly are of the battle to preserve a self-image. How much effort it takes to preserve a self-image that means nothing. It takes great effort. It has to keep being defended. It has to keep being proven. You have to keep affirming and reassuring yourself that you're okay. Okay? You would settle for okay? I'm the holiness of God. Is God just okay? I'm the creation of the divine. Can I accept this holiness and give my mind to God? I accept. I am the light of God. Acceptance is the key. Always. It's the surrender. Acceptance doesn't know. Acceptance doesn't figure anything out. Acceptance is simple, clear, ease. I will accept that you will show me the way. I will accept that the past has been fabricated. I will accept first that I don't know who I am, but that you will show me. That I will be shown as I allow myself to be hollowed out of everything that I made up. I enter your soul. Your beauty, dear pilgrim, startles me, causes my spirit's foot to slip against one of the lute strings of your heart. Is that how your day looked? Is that where you were in your day? Entering the soul and the spirit of every beloved and embracing the one heart? Did you allow yourself to expand into that divine devotion and accept the holiness? To let the divine enter your spirit and join in that light, because there's nothing else to do. Because there's nothing else to know, to prove, to win, to battle with, to decide on. The ego can have a day. The day will be engrossed in time, and the ego will make up decisions through likes and dislikes, all based on the past. Do I like that person that I'm walking toward? Do I like the way they walk? Do I like the way they talk? Am I attracted to them? Am I not attracted to them? Are they important to me? Are they not important to me? This is the ego's life. Deciding what it likes and what it doesn't like. Deciding what is acceptable, what isn't acceptable. Deciding images of everybody. This is the life of the miser. This is the life of the fear. And the spirit of love. The divine that has said, I'm the holiness of God. Have given my mind to God. Walks in spirit. Recognizing that everything that shows up is the beloved of God, is the holiness of God, and the willingness to embrace the light of that divine being. Is that a stretch? Yes. Of course it's a stretch. Love will not reveal itself through the habits of the ego. It can't. It doesn't see any of the ego's identity. It can't be invited where it's not welcome. It is a stretch. It's a conscious stretch. It's a choice in the moment. I'm here to learn to love and to offer love. I'm the holiness of God, and I must see the holiness of God in everyone and in everything. Because it's all one. It's all the light of God. I can't see anything else. And the realization that you don't want to see anything else. That you don't want to spend one more minute on this earth plane in a false identification with the past, of limitation and separation, and with a separate identity. How do you see yourself? Becomes a gift of love. It's a gift of healing. What have I made of? What have I given my allegiance to and made a separate self that means absolutely nothing? In the light of God, I must accept. I must embrace. All I am is given to me. So how can I take ownership of anything? Of successes and failures and projects and outcomes of anything, when all that I am is given to me, was given to me as I was created? How can I make something separate? How can I make anything? Everything that is real was given. My mother gave to me. My father gave to me. All that I am. And in that acknowledgement, in that acceptance, I am set free. Set free from the chains of limitation that I made in the belief of a separate self, of how I saw myself in the past. The pitiful way that I saw myself trying to achieve something. When the beauty and the perfection of God is all completely perfect. All I am is given to me. The glory of God. to walk in this world, singing the glory of God. The glory of God moves. The glory of God creates. The glory of God blesses. The glory of God comforts. The glory of God sings. The glory of God dances. The glory of God embraces. The glory of God accepts. All I am is given to me. I'm set free through that acceptance that everything is given to me. The ego would scream, well, I don't have anything. I don't experience this. Would you expect the ego to say something else? Not even possible. But the glory of God in your patience, in your trust, in your willingness will open all the doors of truth. To wait patiently in the stillness of love. To wait patiently in the assurance, I am the holiness of God. I'm the light of God. I must accept. And I must accept that I walk with God in perfect holiness. As I was walking in the journey of remembering, and I was called to seclusion, and there were beloveds who were living downstairs. And someone said to me, do these beloveds who live downstairs know who you are? All I am is given to me. Do they know who they are? Do they recognize the beauty that I recognize in them? They will. The glory of God guarantees it. To accept that you don't know who you are, but that you're willing to accept that you are the holiness of God. That you don't know the truth of the light in all of its glory, but that you're willing to accept the promises of every master that has come in complete devotion to your remembering. You are so loved. You are so cherished. You are so seen as the light that you are. And to accept the blessings of every master. To accept and join with every master in the truth. To be willing to be led by every master into the truth. To put your allegiance in the hands of the masters that have been sent to you. To trust that every master is holding the truth of you for you, preciously, fearlessly, lovingly. and to join in that divine, holy relationship of love. To accept your holiness, to join in the divine harmony of that one heart. Means every day to accept divine creation, to accept the blessings, the grace, the light, and to focus all your attention in the gratitude for the truth. To let the heart sing with happiness that you are so blessed, that you are remembering, that you are healing, and that you have incarnated into this lifetime for the true purpose of remembering, and that it is where you are, that you have found the way. And that the more you can relinquish the resistance to being taken into love, and with deep gratitude accept your holiness. Accept it into your heart. Let it break the heart open. Don't argue with it. Don't resist it. Don't shy away. Don't minimize. Don't try to put a label on it. Don't try to fit it into a box, but let it expand into the universe. Let it take you into the expansion of love. As you accept, I am the holiness of God, as you accept this, you're allowing and you're inviting the power of transformation to take you, to have its way with you, to unravel you. Welcome the unraveling. Welcome the healing of love. And align yourself with the willingness to no longer see yourself as these limited identities that have just been habit from the past. They are not worthy of the truth of you. They mean nothing. They've just been made up in the name of fear, in the name of caution, in the name of needing to win and succeed and prove. And all the while, the truth of love is whispering to you, there is nothing to prove. Rest here in love. Rest in the mind of God. Rest and let your heart open. And remember, you are the holiness of God. You are the light of the universe. You are the creation that is love. Nothing else exists. one heart, one breath, one life, eternal. All I am is given by God. All I am is given.